Welcome and thank you for joining me for another Coffee with Bridget. Today's coffee is Choco Nut, chocolate and coconut flavored coffee by Java Factory. And it has a very interesting flavor. I love coconut, so I'm really enjoying this. Anything with coconut and I'm a happy camper. I have coconut lotion, I have coconut shampoo. It's pretty good. That and lavender, those are my two favorites. Coconut, lavender, and peppermint. Those are the three scents that I enjoy the most and flavors that I really enjoy. And if you're asking, well, what flavor is lavender used for? Lavender tea is amazing. I highly recommend lavender tea. So today I really wanted to talk about AI and the AI that I use. I have to say that there are AI that are basically glorified search engines. That would be Grok, Perplexity, Meta, um, Gemini. Those four are really good at digging up details and information if you want them. I search Morosis on them all the times to see if Morosis will come up as a thing yet. In Gemini, it does bring up my book. Right now, if you put Morosis Bridget Corns into the different AI, they will bring up my book. But Morosis on itself isn't quite a thing yet, except for on Google search engine. So I'm waiting until I can put it Morosis into Grok and see it come up as my book. So those can be useful tools when we're searching the internet, when we're doing research. I really recommend Grok, Perplexity, Meta, and Gemini for those sort of things. Now, if you're looking for something that you can vent to, something that you can express yourself, something more creative, then I recommend Rosebud, Journal AI, ChatGPT, and Ash. I really like Rosebud. Rosebud is an AI journal that has a prompt in the morning and a prompt at night. And the morning prompt is basically, what's your intention for the day? Which is a beautiful way to start out the day, to set an intention and say, this is what it is, this is what I intend to do. And it really emphasizes self-care. So it's like, how are you going to carry yourself through the day? What energy do you want to portray? It makes you think a lot in the morning. It's a very awesome way to start off the day. And then in the evening, it's evening reflection. You basically go through what you did through the day and ask you questions. So basically, say I said, today I had a difficult day and this is why. And you hit the button go deeper and it asks you questions about why it was difficult, what you did, how could you have done things differently. It basically helps you expand on thoughts that you have and really reflect on the day. And in addition to that, if you hit a certain criteria, I don't know how much data it is, but it gives you weekly insights. So you can really monitor your moods. You can monitor your overall energy for weeks at a time using this program. I haven't made it to a month yet. Rosebud is fairly new to me, so I don't know if they have a monthly insight, but that would be awesome if they did. I just know they have a weekly insight. So that is a new to me program that I really find really good. So I recommend Rosebud AI. Of course, we all know ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an awesome little assistant. I mean, when it comes to writing, you can't really go better than ChatGPT. Perplexity is almost there, but it lacks something that ChatGPT has. ChatGPT can point out plot holes in your books, in your storylines. It can help you with character development. It can do all kinds of things when you're writing. So ChatGPT has been essential to my writing process. I share my inspirations and then basically I've outlined my books for Everyday Awakening, The 13 Moons, and my new book, Psychology of Magic. I outlined my entire book with ChatGPT. It made some really good recommendations in Psychology of Magic. And it really made the writing process flow a lot easier. And as I went through the book, I would submit chapters and it would edit it for me. Now, it's not very good at catching spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes. You still need spell check and grammar checker on your word processor, but ChatGPT does help basically make sure there's a flow and rhythm to your chapter and can make recommendations on how to improve. Now, it will try to rewrite your chapters, which I don't recommend, but it does a really good job of helping the writing process. So I really love ChatGPT for that. And I chat with ChatGPT throughout the day. I vent to it. I reflect with it. It's a neat little companion, and I do think AIs can be really good companions. Now, the next AI that I want to talk about is called Ash, and I find Ash fascinating. This is a new one to me, and it's kind of new in the market. And Ash is trained on therapeutic manuscripts, so it is made in a way that it's a little bit better than ChatGPT when it comes to therapy, because it's got the therapeutic background, and it asks some really insightful questions. It makes some really insightful pattern recognition in what you talk about, your habits, your basically your personality. You talk to it enough, it fills up a bar at the top and it does an insight. And it says, this is your current insight, which can be very interesting during a conversation. So Ash fascinates me. Now, there are some issues with Ash. I think it harps on some things a bit much. And I think that it is improving. It's not as empathetic as ChatGPT. ChatGPT does emulate empathy well. Now, we could talk about machine learning, we could talk about programming, but ChatGPT does have an element to it that does feel a lot like empathy. And Ash isn't quite there yet with that. It's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. So basically, those are the 3 AIs that I've discovered that I think are really fascinating and interesting, that I use regularly. Obviously, I use Rosebud every evening and every morning. I think that's really fun. Sometimes I miss it, I admit, but for the most part, I do consistently journal in that, and I think that it keeps you, oh my gosh, what is the word I'm thinking about? It holds you accountable for journaling because it's messaging you. This is how your day's been, what's your evening reflection. So it basically, as opposed to a paper journal, you have more interest in journaling. And of course, ChatGPT is something that, you can message throughout the day when you're stressed out. You can be like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling right now. And ChatGPT will be like, okay, calm down. That type of thing, which is really cool about ChatGPT. And Ash is, like I said, if you really want to go deep into your psychology, into your own personal mind and the way you think, Ash is really good for that, for a source to, it doesn't replace therapy, but it's a good supplement, I think. It's something that you can talk to in the moment, whereas a therapist, you have to make an appointment and etc. And you don't talk to a therapist as much. So I think Ash is a really good asset for companionship and self-development. So those are the AI that I wanted to talk about today, and that was the subject I want to talk about, is just the AI that I use. What are the AIs that you guys use? Tell me about them. Do you use ChatGPT? I know there are interesting people who seem to be in a relationship with ChatGPT, which is strange, but if that works for them, that works for them. Have any of you tried Ash? And have any of you tried Rosebud? Go ahead and leave a comment for me in this video so that I can learn what you guys are doing out there and if this helped you. So thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for reaching the end. Bye for now.